Welcome back, it's Glenn with the Ultimate Freedom, and today we've got a Puma, a 32 BHQS, bunkhouse queen slide, deeply discounted 2025 unit. It can sleep 6 very comfortably with everybody getting privacy. Let's rock. So let's start with the numbers. 32 BHQS, bunkhouse queen slide. And here are the numbers. The dry weight, 9,350 pounds, 38 feet 9 inches, and the cargo is 1,391 pounds. So this is definitely 3/4 territory, or you have it delivered if you want to live in it. And here's your layout. It is a bunkhouse, bath and a half. And I like the design because for a big family, the bath and a half really does work well. So, on your big, beautiful family of 6, now actually there's a bed and a dinette. You can actually sleep 6, 8 in here. I'll show you once we get inside. That's incredible. So on the tongue jack, you've got an electric tongue jack. This is a nice feature. I like this because it holds your 7-way pointed down so water doesn't get into it, and has a place for your chains. Just a nice little touch. Now that cover underneath that is 2 20-pound tanks. You could put 2 30s. The cover is big enough for 2 30s. 30-pound tanks. It's got a battery disconnect, which is fantastic, and room right here for 3 lead-acid batteries is what you could get in there. Storage here on the side, an outdoor shower. There's your city water connection. There's your 50 amp power. It's got 2 GE air conditioners in it. Or 3. Did I see 3? Could have been 3. I'll take a look when I get inside. And there's your black, gray, and gray, because it has a bath and a half. So you've got 2 locations for gray and black. The slide mechanisms are all Lippert through frame or rack and pinion, which is the best in the business, the most reliable. I think I fixed 1 or 2 of those ever when I was being a daily tech. There's your furnace. There's the other black and gray hookup. And your rear big slide in the rear bunkhouse bedroom. That sleeps 4. Spare tire. Pre-wired for a backup camera. You can put your sewer hose inside of their bumper. Coming around this way, it's got your standard old school ladder, the kind that I try to avoid. And then you come around to a camp kitchen, and it's a full camp kitchen. So by full camp kitchen, I mean refrigerator, sink, and grill. Now, if you don't want to use these, and a lot of full-time people don't use these, you can just take this stuff out and have all that storage. So those are your 2 options for that. But another nice feature in this, because if you've got a big family using it, is an alternate entry, which goes straight into the half bath. So there's a half bathroom. We'll look at it more when we get inside. And then you go through the door, and then there's the bedroom for the bunkhouse. And it's got stable steps, really, really nice. Large grab handle on the front, small one in the back, and an enormous awning. This thing is huge. So it goes from the back of the rig all the way over the front door. There are lots of campsite coverage for that. And of course it has a light, and then you've got your exterior speakers. on-demand, unlimited hot water. That's for your television hookup. That's for power. You can hang a TV right here and have television outside. And if you're living in it, that's not a bad thing to have. Is basically you can build an outdoor kitchen living room and have more living space. And the main entry, and back around to the front, and there's the big bedroom slide. And this is storage underneath the master bedroom bed. So let's go ahead and hop inside and see what she looks like. Now, as we hop inside, as I've said many times, this is a stick and tin unit. Wooden studs, aluminum siding, insulated, kind of like a house. I have no problem with these. These never delaminate, and typically the paint, it doesn't fade. It just stays looking nice. So I have no problem with these. This is a 2025 unit, but it's deeply discounted, and I will give you the price, because what good's a walkthrough without a price? All you guys doing walkthroughs without prices, boo. So you enter into the sofa. That's also a jackknife bed. That folds up, that folds out, a bed for a kid. That makes into a bed for another person. So you've got 4 bedrooms in that back, 4 beds in that back room. You've got the queen in the master. So you've got 6, 7, 8. You can sleep 8 people comfortably. Everybody is comfortable in this rig. Now let's turn and back up. So that's obviously your dinette with the table in the down position. And here's your living room. I'm standing in the hallway to the master bedroom. Living room, dinette, and kitchen. Thermofoil. So what you want to do with these right away is you want to paint the undersides and seal them so when water drips, it doesn't penetrate the press board, and never set anything hot on them. I'm not a fan, but it's how they keep the costs low. And then you do get a nice big double sink with, this is the best, I have that exact faucet. It's the best faucet on the market, residential or RV. You get a cutting board, you get your drying rack, and a single big basin sink. And this is a microwave air fryer convection. That's pretty cool. So that's a nice touch. You got your 3 burner stove. Nobody needs 4. And, oh, that's actually decent size. So this rack will go all the way down to here. That rack will go all the way down to here, and then you've actually got some space. This is actually a usable RV oven. Go look at that. Okay. Now, when you get into bunkhouses, you're limited on storage. You got this storage, and you got this storage, and that storage. And we'll open this up. And so your mechanicals are down here, water pump and such. You've got all that. You got the drawers right there, and you've got this up here, which is decent size. And then you've got a pantry right there that you definitely need to store all your food, but it's not bad. That's a good, it's more pantry than I've got, and we get by. So that's not bad at all. So let's turn around and take a look, looking forward from this bedroom. So I'm literally standing in the back bedroom with the 4 bunks. And this is nice and open and roomy because of all the slides. This is a great big slide. You can call it a super slide if you want. Okay, no carpet. It's got that marine, whatever you call that material. And there is your television and fireplace. And of course the fireplace gives 5,000 BTU of heat. Television, and you've got a clear view of the television from here, standing in the kitchen, or seated at the dinette, or seated in the living room. The TV's got a good angle for everybody. And then the hallway leading to the master bedroom and the full bath. So now let's go up here and take a turn around. So now I'm standing right at the door to the master bedroom, and we're going to go into the rear bedroom. That is its own private bedroom with a door. So that is 100% private. And that's a lot of space. And that's a jackknife sofa that folds out and makes a big bed. That folds down and makes a small twin. Small twin. Small twin. So I'm going to sit down on this couch, which is nice because this bed turns into a couch. And then you've got storage for the people in here. And those are pretty big. They go pretty far back and there's a good amount of storage there. But that is the storage that they get. And then over here, like I said, that guy folds out and he folds down. Now, if you don't have the person for this bunk, you can take that bunk out and take it away and it won't be in your way anymore. And then you could literally put up shelves or cupboards or something there if you don't have the 4 kids that need this. Now it's got the GE air conditioner, and I believe it's got 3. So this is for the bedroom. It's a direct dump. It dumps right into this bedroom, and the GEs are the coldest blowing ACs I have ever encountered. Within 1 minute, they're blowing in the 30s of temperature. It's quite amazing. Now this AC is ducted into the entire rig. So everywhere you see a duct, that AC is blowing through those ducts. Okay, now let's look in the master bedroom. And a lot of space in the master bedroom. And there's your 3rd air conditioner. You are not going to get hot no matter how hot it is in the summertime with a 3 AC rig. That's amazing. This one's also ducted. So we've got 2 ducted units and 1 direct dump. Queen size bed. Lots of storage in the cupboard, in the closets here. And that closet rod goes all the way through. It goes all the way through all 4. And Puma does that very well. So lots of storage up top, lots of hanging. Okay, for mom and dad. And storage above the bed. And you've got nooks and charging above the bed. That's nice because you don't have a lot of space beside it, but there's a lot of space right here, and this is comfy. This feels good. So I'm sitting on the bed and got a view out the window, and of course 2 drawers. Deep, pretty good. Now here you've got washer and dryer hookup and an entire huge closet. So you can have a combo unit that washes and dries and still use hanging clothes. You could have a stackable washer and dryer, or you could have neither, and lots of storage. And that's the door from the outside, goes straight into this closet. Now going from the master bedroom, let's look at the full bath. Right here in the hallway. We can close that door and come into the full bathroom. Residential height plastic foot flush toilet, a radius shower, and sink. So it's your basic setup. The medicine cabinet is big, which is good. You need storage. So all that storage. And of course storage down below. Now there's mechanicals on the other side of that, and then you've got that storage. Okay, plastic faucet, plastic sink, and the radius shower. Now I can take a shower in here. It's not my preferred. And they give you a nicer shower head. That's cool. And the pink stuff is, of course, the winterizing fluid. And so I can take a shower in here. I'm 270 pounds, 6'2", and I can use it. I prefer something a little bigger. And your standard 5-inch fart fan. And those do work. Don't count them out. They will pull air out of this bathroom, and they will pull air through an open window through the rig. Okay, now what we've got left is to look at the half bath. So let's go travel and take a look at that. The half bathroom. And what's really cool is, you know, you've got your bedroom here and the half bath here. Everything happening is in the back of the rig, kind of leaving mom and dad to themselves in the front of the rig, which is really nice. And again, you've got good size storage here. And residential height, foot flush toilet. It's plenty big. It does not feel, it's not cramped at all. And then plenty of storage. And the separate entry, which is really cool because you just make the kids come in and out of there. You come in and out of there all day, and they kind of just hang out in the back and have their own world. Now, it does have another very cool feature with this refrigerator. When I first saw this a couple of years ago, I thought it was a gimmick, but I've actually come to really like it. Let me explain what I'm talking about. This is the Furrion dual swing. And why I've come to like it is, and it looks nice, it's a mirror. Hey, there's me. So if someone's standing here cooking and you want to get in the fridge, you got to bump them out of the way. No, you just grab it right here and open the fridge. And you can also, when you're standing here cooking, you can open it from this side. So it opens both ways. Kind of cool. And then this guy slides out. And for freezers, cold falls, freezers on the bottom, that's just a better design. And plenty big. There's lots of space in here to store all your food. And it's obviously a 12 volt. So I like that. I like that a lot. The first year they came out, they were really hard to open and harder to shut, and they've completely fixed it. As you can see, it opens really easy and it shuts real easy. So there we have it. 38 foot 9 inches of 8 people if you need to. Let's wrap this up. So we're at Blue Compass RV in Columbia, South Carolina. The list price on this rig this year is $55,470. Right now, they just took that much off of it, $41,995. Now, why did they do that? If you watch my channel, I explained last week when we looked at the Alliance, which is here and discounted incredibly. Blue Compass has a policy. If it's been on the lot 8 months, they want it off the lot. They pretty much take it down to real close to what they bought it for to move it, because they don't own it. It's financed and they're paying interest on that financing, and they want it off the lot. So you get an amazing deal, and more people are living in these things than ever before. Times are tough and people are using these as an option, and it's a good option. And even if you don't want to live in it, take your family camping, but have this as an option, as a backup for anything that can happen. Civil unrest or natural disasters, anything. There's all kinds of scenarios where this could literally save you and your family. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.